Welcome to this new video presenting the new features of Bonita 7.10. I am Delphine Coil, Evangelist and Community Manager at Bonita Soft, and in this new chapter, I will present the other improvements made to the UI designer in our new version in order to bring more flexibility and freedom in the creation of your pages. So, what's new? We first improved the table and data table widgets to ensure a more advanced and clear display of information. For this, you will now find 4 new properties: HTML interpreter, zebra striping view, condensed view, or even with border. On the other end, we added in the widget dynamic container tab fully customizable with the addition of CSS classes, showing or hiding certain tabs. Thanks to its 2 new properties, you can choose how the tabs are displayed and their layout to create beautiful side menus. Now we'll see it through a little demonstration. I am going to go to the UI designer. Here we are. I have created a page that will allow you to get an overview of the different properties of the table and data table widgets. Here we focus on the data table widget, but the same properties apply to the table widget. As you can see here, if I click on a widget, in the properties of this widget, you can define CSS classes in order to customize the display of your widget and to play with the properties of this widget: zebra striping, condensed, or bordered. I will start with the HTML interpreter widget. You can now incorporate HTML, and for example, if you use an A tag, for example, or the other HTML tags, they will be taken into account directly, as we will see when I will launch the preview. Then we will be able to define display properties. In a condensed widget here, the line display will be tighter. In bordered mode, you can see that the table appears with a border around each cell. Finally, in zebra striping mode, you see an alternation of white and gray lines, which is the default alternation between lines. The colors of the zebra striping property are the colors defined in the application theme. We will see it afterwards. But first of all, go and see a preview of all those tables. I launched the preview, and here, as you can see, in the HTML interpreter tab, you can see that I added an A tag, and if I click on it, it will open my emailer. Then the condensed tab show condensed lines. Here, with the bordered one, you can see that it is a tab with a border around each cell. And then the zebra striping shows you gray background, one line out of 2. If I want to show you in the user application to show you that it will apply the application theme, I will click here and you can see that it's respecting the theme lines. So I want to show you how to change the colors of each tab. So first of all, if I want to change the colors of all the tabs in the theme, I will go to the CSS directly from the studio. So let me go back to the studio. Here, we are in the Bonita user application. You can see that my theme is the superhero one. And if I click in this theme here, you can see that in source as CSS, I can change the main.css file, and I had prepared it to show you. I will override the theme with my specific zebra striping table theme. And I will deploy it again. It's deploying. You will see that you have all the information here in the help of the data table widget, how to customize zebra striping. You have 2 ways to do it with the overall theme of your application, and I will show you just afterwards how to customize just one data table. So that's perfect. My new theme is deployed. I go back in my preview. I will reload, and you can see that both tables have been changed, and I have a new theme and new colors. So now I want to change the zebra striping one. How can I do that? I will go back to the UI designer, select the zebra striping widget. I go to the assets. I had already prepared it in my Stylos CSS page. I can add a custom theme to the specific table, and I will give it the name Zebra Custom, for example. Okay, I will activate it. I save, and I just need to add it in the CSS classes. Here, save, and you will see that the theme and the colors of my table have changed. The other improvement I wanted to talk to you about is the improvement of the tabs containers. It allows you to make many dynamic modifications. So let's go and see this page I had prepared as well. The first property added to this container is the vertical display, which allows you to define the display of your tabs horizontally or vertically. As you can see here, I just changed it, and now it's vertical display. Another new property concerns the display format, either like tabs or pills. Within the tabs themselves, we will see new features as well. For example, the possibility of adding CSS classes to customize the rendering, as we do in a data table or table widgets. You can also display or hide a tab dynamically. For example, here, this tab will be displayed only, it will be hidden until the QA, for example, here is selected. It is also possible to activate a tab under conditions. As you can see here in my example, in the second tab, there is a variable, temp deactivate tab deploy, and it's disabled if this variable is active. As you can see here in my checkbox widget, I have also added a value, temp deactivate tab deploy. So if this is active, my tab won't be available. It is also possible to insert HTML code in the tabs to display dynamic information. For example, here in the title, we display the number of selected users, P class, number cycle, or we can display a logo here, the Fafa Rocket logo. Okay, now let's see the result in the overview. I will select preview, and you will see. Here is my preview, and as you can see, that's the preview in the UI designer. If I want to view it in my application, it will get the theme I had defined previously. So as you can see here, I have two tabs that are horizontally displayed. If I want to display them vertically, I just have to click on the container and click vertical display. Save, I reload, here we are. If I want to see the text on the right side of this horizontal menu, there is a way to do it that is described in the help and the documentation. So you click here, you have tab properties usage and tab container usage here. You go to the documentation and they will explain you how to display the tabs horizontally and get the content on the right side. I will display it vertically again. Here, as you can see, if I select users, the number is changing because I added dynamic HTML code. If I click on the checkbox, I won't be able to select the deploy tab because it's deactivated. And finally, if I select two environments, I can see that I have another tab here with more information. That's it for this presentation of the last UI Designer enhancement. Thank you for your attention. In our next chapter, we will talk about monitoring with Antoine. And I just wanted to remind you that if you want to see all the videos about Bonita 7.10, go to our YouTube playlist regarding the new features in Bonita 7.10. Thank you very much.